Well, kids, welcome to another episode of Rim Shots with Sean on the Rock Rage Radio Network, brought to you by Barstools and Bandtalk. I've got a new friend here. We've just met, but this is going to be a great interview. Mr. Billy
Howdy.
Blair, Lovesick Drug. You are in Texas, I understand, my friend.
That is correct. Yeah,
What
heart
part
of
of
Texas,
Texas?
Dallas, Texas.
Dallas. Too bad about those Cowboys, but I'm a Giants fan, so I have no room to talk.
Yeah, even though I live here, man, I think the Cowboys are just overrated.
It happens. It happens. But so tell me about this band. I've known Tedder now for I've been working with him for probably 3 years. I rep his bands quite a bit. Tell me about you guys.
Well, I mean, we are five piece, two guitars, bass, drums, and then the lead vocalist. And we're one of those female fronted bands. It's a I say it's a hard rock, groovy, sexy feeling type band, so to speak. We have everything from 80s sounding to grunge. I'm a big fan of those. And then our singer is a Christina Aguilera. She's younger, so she's a big Christina Aguilera sound or a fan. So it's a mixture of all that.
That
It,
sounds very interesting. So I
yeah,
mean, it's a six piece band, five piece with the singer. Is that it?
yeah, five altogether. So
Okay,
it's
perfect.
two guitars, bass, drums, vocals.
So I too play in it's a six piece band, female fronted band. I'd love to get your impression on the landscape down there for female fronted bands. Up here, there's not a lot of them. So when you get a female singer that's very, very good, they get
Yeah.
the attention right away.
Do you get them? Where you from?
I'm in Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada, my friend. East coast of
Oh,
Canada.
Canada. Okay, up there. Well, dude, down here, I mean, there's a lot of female fronted bands.
Yep.
And I learned this a long time. It benefits. I mean, everybody wants to see eye candy, especially when you get a hot lead singer, or maybe you got a hot bass player. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But it's very beneficial for the band. It just kind of umps it up a notch.
Sure.
So
Um,
we got a lot of them over here.
so in terms of the scene down there too, because I always like to give I've got an international audience. Everybody kind of, I guess, talks about the same things about different scenes, the music business being hard. We all know that it's hard to get paid. We all know it's hard to be creative.
Oh yeah.
What is your scene like for you guys? How are things working out, and what do you do?
I tell you what, for us, it's working. It's like a slow. Well, I don't want to say it's a slow process, but the music scene over here wasn't the same like 20 plus years ago. It's changed dramatically, and like you see like 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 a bunch of hip hops like that's blowing up. You get more of that audience like at the clubs that we play here. The rock thing, it's a hit or miss, but fortunately, like we bring the theatrics in there, and it makes we want to make where it's exciting to go see a show. So our shows are bigger and bigger and bigger now. Um, I want to say, but it's a hit or miss.
We'll talk about the theatrics piece for a bit, because as you can see, I've done my part to send Gene and Paul's kids to university. I'm a huge theatrical rock fan. Alice Cooper, David Bowie, Kiss, Twisted Sister, Wasp. The list goes on. I'm also a big believer in, if people are paying money to go see you, you can't just get up there in a ball hat and sort of tap your
Yeah,
foot and stand in one spot, right? There's got to be a show to it. So we're of the same ilk. I'm taking it.
yeah, man. Kiss was the big sayers of that. It's like we want to be the band that they never seen.
Right.
At their time, they were like ahead of their time. And funny how you mentioned Kiss. We're opening up for Gene Simmons
Oh, nice. Right
here
on.
in Dallas, which is cool. I can't wait for that. But but yeah, you're right, man. You want, I mean, you want everybody's attention. You want everybody looking up there almost every song. And I mean, it's hard, you don't want to overdo it, but you know you just you know so it's like bring in like the luckily we play venues that have curtains, and we like to close it and then have eye candy on the stage, whether it's banners or a chain link microphone and whatnot. LEDs. Now they got a lot of these places got LED walls in the back, and then you could put an UB or what is it, the USB of just images of your band and the logo and movements, and then you give it to the guy at the front of the house, and then they project that on a big projector or the LED screen, and then we'll have like I know people that are stagehand workers that set up concerts, so we would borrow those chain rigs that go up and down, and then we would hang our singer up in this harness, and she'd be up on the rafters with the curtains closed, and then we have an intro, you know, the strobe lights, the fog, all that shit. And then we got makeup, and then I wear a fur coat and tiny shorts. I mean, it's bizarre, dude. I mean, it's theatric. It's fun.
Well, and there's a fine line, and I think the line isn't fine. I think that personally, now don't get me wrong, I don't want to see somebody that's up there that's a terrible band putting on a great show, but I think when you take great band with great show,
Oh yeah,
you can't miss. I mean,
that's a push.
I've been out to see a lot of bands with hey, good singers, they're good, but man, oh man,
Yeah,
it's like watching paint dry. Like, why am I going to pay money to go see that, right? I would rather see somebody blowing something up or setting something on fire and doing it behind a good band. So I love that. Um, have you guys taken any flack for that? Because I'm in a band that we do that, and sometimes people are like, "Oh, well, geez, you're putting a lot of effort," and then they copy you like 2 or 3 months later, right?
yeah. Well, I mean, that's the what do you call it? The gratification. The what do you call it when they imitate you? It's the when they copy
Imitation is the
you.
biggest form of flattery.
Boom. That's it. That's the word. And man, I've gotten that all the bands I've been in before. I mean, I've always been like in a shock rock theatrical band. Everything we did, dude, I mean, I did anything like show my ass on stage to spit blood. I mean, it's all been done before, but it's like
Yep.
you do it again in a different kind of level. And I've had other bands, and it's great that copy you. And I welcome it. It's like cool, man. They're paying attention, they're loving
Absolutely.
it. But yeah, again, it progresses, I think, each time, and then the word of mouth kind of goes there, and then now you got social media, so you try to bring that into social media, and they see it, and they go, "Oh, we got to go see this band next time." So
Well, and then with the social media, I mean, the one thing too, and I just saw it again today. I mean, I'm a drummer, and there's this kid playing along with this song. He's doing more stick flips, and he's bouncing it off the
yeah,
floor. But it's just like, take the track away. Can you do that? You know what I mean? It's like
right,
I don't know. There's just the eye. You mentioned eye candy. Like people, the attention spans are so weak. There's got to be the eye candy, but there doesn't seem to be a lot of the substance behind what we're seeing. That's just my
right,
personal opinion.
yeah. No, you're right. You're right. That's why going back to the Kiss days, you know, when they first came out, it's like they want to be the band that no one's seen. So you see that now, like it's not mixing up. Like let's say you got the eye candy, but the music's not tightening up,
Yep.
tighten up, or vice versa. Well, then you become that band where you got the eye candy and then you're tight. It's just, but the whole band has to be on the same level.
Well, and I'll tell you a really funny story. So I was my girlfriend that I play in a band with. She has this other yacht rock band, and they were going to a rehearsal. And she looks at me and she says, "What was the name of Steely Dan's bass player?" And I said, "Exactly."
Ooh,
Right? Great
Steely
band,
Dan, dude. I fucking love Steely Dan.
great band,
Oh yeah,
but Gene
but they're
Simmons,
boring.
right? And I mean, so yeah, not everybody's got their thing, right? I always say this when I do these interviews. I hate to do it, but I have to because if I'm introducing somebody new to my audience, I have to do it in this way because it's better from
Yeah.
the horse's mouth, as they say. If you were to do a comparable about who you guys are to another band out there, who might that be?
Oh shit.
And I love the
Do
fact
I
that
have to
it's
say
taken
one,
you a
or
little
can I
bit of time.
combine them? Can I combine the bands or what?
Whoever.
I mean, I would say Heart meets fucking Motley Crue,
That's not a bad one at all.
I'm sorry, yeah, well that, yeah, or like I said, Christina Aguilera meets Motley Crue. How about
Yeah.
that?
No, that's good because I mean, in this day and age, you gotta, people don't get to see you first. You gotta rope them in somehow, and that's
Yeah.
a good comparison, right? I mean, she's a Chantress, if you will, and everybody knows what Motley Crue brings to the table, so that's great. So you mentioned that you were opening for Gene Simmons. What do you guys do in terms of your recording? How often are you getting songs out there? What's your plan with that? Do you guys have a pretty hard and fast strategy that you use?
Well, right now, I mean, for the longest time, I mean, we went through some band member or little revolving doors on the singer and the drummer. Um, we've been working on this record that just came out, I hope that you heard it or you can hear it online. It's called Love Bite. That's been in the works for almost 5 years, and that was our main focus. And then, of course, we swapped, we changed singer, drummer, and we didn't want their voice and their playing in the record
Right.
because it was a bitter fallout. I mean,
Yep.
that's another podcast to talk about. But so so we found the singer and we found the drummer and then we recorded the tracks and it's just like almost having to do it again. And of course, when you're going through the process, you're like, oh, hey, let's add this to it and this and that. And so we just got the record out, and that was our goal. Now that it's out, we want to do a whole bunch of shows, and then now we're talking about because I write the majority of the songs in the band. I got more shit I want to get out, and then just right now we're just practicing. We're getting ready for some shows. So I was showing them new songs, and then we're like, all right, well let's go in the studio again and record maybe a new song and then a cover. Every band does a cover, so why not jump that wagon? So that's the next step.
Outstanding. Um, so in terms of the shows, I mean, are you guys self-managed? I know you're using Tedder
Yeah,
for your PR, and Tedder's amazing. I love working with Dave. He's funny as hell, and he's very good at what he does. But are you guys self-managed beyond what he does for you?
yeah. We are. I worked with Dave before. Other band I had almost 10 years ago. Um, he helped us out, and then I reached out to him again. I knew he's got the the grounds for that. But so yeah, he's helping out on the I guess it's the PR stuff, and
Awesome.
and then yeah, I mean right now I mean uh, hopefully we could jump on some agency to just to get us gigs. But
Yep.
these days, I mean you just do it yourself.
It is tough, and I mean, I'm friends with Ron Keogh, and Ron's got this line: "Why pay somebody something you can do yourself?" However, there's only so
Yeah,
many hours in a day, and I know that I'm blessed. I mean, I didn't aspire. I was a musician playing 100 shows a year. Everybody knows what happened in 2020. I start doing interviews with my buddies for kind of a lark. Next thing you know, I get this podcast. I never aspired to be a podcast host, but I also know I'm good what I'm good at, and I'm bad what
yeah,
I'm bad at. So I make sure that the people that can help me with the stuff that I'm bad at are in there. I guess you feel the same way. Obviously, if you're getting shows, you're good at booking shows. You can handle it. Maybe you don't
yeah.
like doing it, but you can do it.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, I've been doing it for a long time. So I mean, like the shows at House of Blues, like the Gene Simmons, I got
Yep.
it myself.
Nice.
It's just you use the connections. I had to have the connections for Live Nation, so I
Okay, so
use it.
Billy, okay, just okay. Let's do a little masterclass thing here on that. I don't
Okay,
expect you to give up the secret sauce here, but you get that show. What did you do to get that? Because that's a significant show and a good venue. What did you do?
exactly. Yeah, you're right. So okay, so the guy that books, I used to work for Live Nation,
Okay.
and that's how I got the connection. But there was another guy that was doing the booking, and I was real tight with him, and he would book my other band with you name bands like The Darkness, Steel Panther, you name it, all House of Blues, Live Nation venues. And I was just really good with him. And then he quit and he introduced me to the new guy. And I believe we know each other. And so it just continued from this other guy. And so when I look and see who's all coming into town or who's playing, and I asked him, just like with Gene Simmons, I sent an email as soon as I saw that he's playing uh, House of Blues. I immediately messaged him. I go, dude, does he need an opener? Because a lot of them need openers. And sure shit, man. He messaged me back, says, "You're in." Like,
Just like that.
yes, they need an opener, and I put you in. I go, fucking A. So we did that a few months ago with Tesla. We opened up for Tesla at the House of Blues. So you know what so I use that, and then you know, and then I asked them as well. It's like, well, do they need openers along the way? Maybe like a Texas run, because I've done that before. So he finds out, and then he'll say, yeah, how about playing Houston? How about playing San Antonio with them? And and then just use that up.
Now, networking is the key, and too many people, unfortunately, um, wait for the phone to ring because they think they're that good. And the simple fact of the matter is, a lot of these people don't know if you're any good because they don't care. You know what I mean?
Well, the one thing for sure that you got to do, man, is be like persistent about the whole thing. You gotta go to them. You gotta keep hounding them. You try not to do it where you're, annoying, but respectfully, and then you just kind of like, hey, just checking in on you. But mainly, I'm looking at the calendar and I'm like, ooh, this guy might need an opener, or this band might need, you know what I mean? So
Yep,
it's just you just got to keep going at them. You can't wait for the phone to ring. You got to make their phone ring.
I do. Um, so last question here because I might lose power and people's attention spans are really crappy. So I like to
Oh yeah,
make
that's
sure that
all
we
good,
get the
buddy.
meat of stuff. Where do my viewers find out
Yeah.
more about you guys? Where do I send them? Where do they get your music? Where do they find out more about you?
Uh, every platform, Love Sick Drug. There's not another band that's like that. Love Sick Drug. So Instagram, X, Facebook, TikTok, and even on YouTube. It's important if get those numbers in there. But we got our videos on YouTube. Love Sick Drug. Just go there.
Love the name.
Uh,
I love the name.
Thank you, man. As you know, the abbreviation's LSD.
Yeah, yeah,
So I wanted to do something with LSD, and I was like, oh, hey, how about Love Sick Drug? Boom, it just fell in my lap.
love it.
But yeah, go there, like us, follow us, check out the videos. I mean, every band needs love, man, and numbers. Numbers are big, so please follow us.
A1, my friend. Billy Blair, thank you so much. Go enjoy that. I'm guessing that wonderful Texas sunshine that you're having there today.
Yeah, it's sunny, but it's a little chilly. But
Not as
tomorrow
chill,
will be hot.
not as chilly as where I am. So
Oh,
anyway,
you're
my
up
friend.
north, dude.
Yeah. Peace out.
All right, brother. Thank you again.
We're back after this.